Hey guys, what's going on? It's Karl here, back with another video. So you've been eyeing the iMac lineup since last year. It came out with the 27-inch 5K iMac. Now the smaller brother has got an increase in resolution, slightly lower, but still very impressive at a 4K panel. This is my review of the 2015 21.5-inch iMac. Landing on the Apple site, you have three different options for the 21.5-inch model, the last of course being the only one with the new 4K display, and it starts off at $14.99 for the base. What you get is a 3.1 GHz quad-core i5. You can upgrade that to an i7 if you choose for $200. Memory, 8 or 16 gigs. I would definitely go with 16 gigs as you can't upgrade it later on. Storage-wise, 5400 RPM hard drive. Mind-blowing that these things still exist in 2015. What were you thinking, Apple? Upgrade that to SSD or a Fusion drive, and those are your options. You can see that if you fully max everything out, you are left at a mind-boggling $2,400. That is a big jump. Whichever model you decide to go with, once you power on and set up your new iMac, you are greeted with this 4K display, which is definitely part of Team Crispy. This thing is so beautiful at 4096 by 2304. It is just so nice to see a panel this sharp, and if you haven't jumped on board to a super high-res display, do yourself a favor, it does make a huge difference. I decided to go for the base end model. All the specs are of course listed on the screen, just to see the difference between my near maxed out 5K iMac, and I have been, you can tell from the title of this video, very disappointed. These are the Geekbench 3 scores, 3415 for single core, 11,445 for the multi-core score. More on performance in a bit. Let's go around some of the physical aspects. Of course, this is an iMac. It is very beautiful to look at. It makes a nice desk piece. Looking on the side of this very thin and sleek looking profile, everything is compacted into this nice enclosed aluminum shell. Top grades, of course, for build quality coming from Apple. On the back, we have all the ports you'll need: 3.5mm headphone jack, SD card slot, 4 USBs, 2 Thunderbolt, and an Ethernet port. We also have the power port, and just remember, you cannot upgrade the RAM. Can't stress that enough. Pick 16 gigs when you're assembling this. All new iMacs ship with the second generation of Magic Keyboard as well as the Magic Mouse. They are now chargeable via a Lightning port connector, and on the mouse they are in a bit of a weird location on the bottom. I think that's a slight little design flaw. Other than that, in case this is the first time you're staring at an iMac, they are so gorgeous to look at, so simple, so sophisticated, but aesthetically I feel that's the only distance that they go to. Don't get me wrong, this screen, this 4K panel is so nice to look at, but what's the point of having such a high-end display if it doesn't have the performance to back it up? I'm going to go on a tiny bit of a rant now. If you decide to grab this base end model, I think it's just the biggest waste of money. For example, a boot up test, if you grab the slow hard drive, takes forever to boot up. If you're importing 4K video footage, which I'm assuming you're grabbing this computer for, you want to utilize that 4K screen, it just doesn't make sense to get the slow hard drive. There's no dedicated GPU, and in general, I found the performance to be almost unusable when I was importing 4K video footage. I did a full comparison of my 4K versus 5K iMac. I will leave that down below in the description box. But if you're looking for this device to be your new powerhouse to handle all of your graphic needs, whether that be video or photo work, I definitely think you need to upgrade to a higher spec model, and I think this base model is essentially a glorified word processor and internet browser. You heard it here first. That was my review of the 4K iMac. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. If you're honestly considering grabbing this device, just remember the few things that I told you. Don't get the slow hard drive, fully upgrade the RAM, and in my opinion, grab the 27-incher. I love the extra screen real estate, but that is of course personal preference. If you guys like this video though, be sure to go crazy over on that like button. Subscribe to the channel as I have way more tech content coming out in the near future. I will, of course, catch everyone else in my next episode. Peace.